Well, what are we waiting for then? Let's go, said Moose. Hang on, we can't all go together, said Fox. A big party of people turning up at the same time might raise too much suspicion. Best to send a scout in first, then come in twos and threes. That way we could be travellers. Not connected at all, Fox finished talking. What a good idea, Fox, old Grey Bear said, with a look Fox wasn't sure he liked the look of. So they mounted up and rode towards the inn. Fox, you'd better go first. We'll follow at staggered intervals, said Snake. Yes, that sounds sensible to me, replied Fox. Yes, if anyone was going to get beaten up, it should be you, said old Grey Bear. Thanks, with family like you, I don't need enemies. Then the inn came into view. They all stood there amazed at what they saw. Falcon broke the silence. What in hell's name is that? That, my friend, is a galleon, said Snake. Yes, but what's it doing in the middle of the plains? And more to the point, how did it get here? Asked Fox. Well, you see, the man who owns the inn was a sailor. After being attacked by pirates so many times, he decided it was getting far too dangerous, and as he was getting near to retirement age, so he thought, I'm far too old for this. I would like to spend my savings in peace. So he gave up the sea, but found he didn't want to leave his ship. She too was not as young as she used to be, and he was worried that she might end up being scrapped, and after all, she had been his home for the whole of his adult life. So he killed two birds with one stone. He had a new career as an innkeeper and got to keep his beloved ship as well. Plus, he didn't have to pay for a building, and he could put it wherever he wanted to. Win-win situation. Can't be bad, said Snake. Ah, but how did he get it here, and how comes it stands up? Quipped Falcon. Well, that's easy to answer, isn't it? Said Snake. They had the ship in dry dock and attached wheels to the bottom of it. Then he hired a team of storm makers. It took 6 of them to pull it. He bought tables and chairs and everything else to go in it, including a storeroom full of beer casks, wine and other spirits, and then they set off. It took them a month or so to reach here, and of course the storm makers' drivers had their meals served in the inn every day and had nice rooms to sleep in at night. What a nice little job, don't you think? All the luxuries of home on the move. It was such a wondrous sight to behold, watching this great ship sailing across the great plains on a sea of green. When they got here, the owner hired the burrowers to dig the trench with a slope at one end, so the ship could simply be driven straight down into it. Then, when the soil and rocks had been packed round it, they put lots of black sticky pitch all over the bottom of the ship. The wheels were removed and the burrowers filled the hole in the ground around the ship. To finish the job, the storm makers were led round and round the ship, compressing the ground till it was as hard as rock. The next day, the men and their team left for home. Then the owner got Oak's people in to do the woodwork. They put the door in and did the windows, and they made storage space. They built the stables and outbuildings. Those people are brilliant craftsmen. Yes, we are, Oak said, his chest puffed out with pride. None better. Fox looks at his brother. Do you think we will find anything useful in there apart from food? Oh, I don't know. Women, beer, cards or some other forms of games, said old Grey Bear, laughed. You know what I mean, any useful information and such like, Fox snapped back. His brother could be so annoying sometimes. He was always his big brother, never a friend or anyone Fox could confide in. Fox thought, it's a shame really. Still, that's families for you. I don't suppose he will ever change. Just likes to see me squirm in front of other people. More so in front of women. That's good sport for old Bear. I'm sure the day will come when it will stop being like that. He turned to his brother. You want me to leave you here? Give me enough time to get settled in before anyone else turns up, said Fox. Yes, good plan. We will see you soon. Fox trotted off with Patch following behind. As they drew nearer the destination, the full size of the ship became apparent. It was taller than any building Fox had ever seen. It must have been about 200 foot long and about 50 foot tall. A doorway had been cut in the keel below the waterline. He looked up in wonder. There were windows all along the side of the ship, cut into the gun portholes. There must have been at least 10 small windows along the side. Fox walked round the rear of the ship, and there was a balcony of sorts. He tied his horse to a hitching rail, which was a broken mast, and stepped back to take in the view. There were still 2 masts in place. He thought, if they sealed the door up, it would be seaworthy. What a magnificent sight it was to behold. Above the door was the name of the establishment, the Dry Dock Inn. Fox then sighed and entered. He was surprised how dark and gloomy the place seemed. Fox thought to himself, all those windows, you would have thought it would be lighter in here. Fox noticed 6 men sitting in the corner. They were laughing and drinking and being rather loud. Fox had to walk past this bunch of hooligans to get to the bar. Good morning, young sir, and what can I get for you? Said the landlord, still very recognisable as a seafaring man. He still wore his uniform and order. The food like he was telling his first mate to change course. Fox liked the way the man spoke.